So, also during the 1920s, another underlying factor that contributed to the state of the economy that caused the Great Depression was an uneven distribution of wealth among citizens. So, during the 1920s, this roaring time where consumers were buying on credit, the rich got richer and the poor got poorer. So, this created a gap between the different financial levels of citizens in the United States during this time. And by the time the 1930s rolled around, the people who had money before had a lot of it, and those who were already struggling to provide for their families and those who lived in poverty were hurt even more. So, over 70% of families during the 1920s earned less than $2,500 a year. Think about how much money that is today. That is not a lot. That is way below what we consider the poverty line. We briefly discussed that before in class before we left. And even though we discussed this consumer culture in depth, a lot of people didn't have the money to participate in this consumer culture and buy these new appliances. So, like I said, the poor got poorer, and as they did not have money, they were not able to buy these new appliances and contribute to this booming economy that we thought we had. But as we know, we didn't. And most Americans really couldn't participate in creating that consumer culture. So those who did, the rich obviously, pulled a lot of the strength of this culture, and that's why it did become so popular and powerful during the time. But it was one of the factors that set us up for the Great Depression.